Good morning. Is it morning, afternoon? I can't even remember. I've been up just moving around. So I this is something that I've been doing for a very long time. Um I've always been a supplement taker. I've always been a person that my friends come to ask me about different supplements, but and this is just not now. This has been all my life. So any of my friends that hear this video, you can testify that I've always been big on supplements. Um, there's certain things I like from different companies, certain things that I use. Um, I don't use everything every day. My body has told me, will tell me when I need to um, increase intake of whatever supplement it is. Not only did I research them, I use them before I even share how they help me with my friends and even on social media. So these are a few. Was a lot, but it's a few. But a lot of my friends, when I told them, I usually take about 19 herbal supplements a day. They used to laugh at me and think I was crazy. NBA All Star in Philadelphia. I think my cousin was Lee with me. It was a couple of my cousins with me and one of my friends. This is when, what is the name? Herbalife first came out. I took Herbalife, and as a lot of you all know, I am highly allergic to a lot of things. I'm asthmatic. I take medicine a couple times a day. Um, a powder store for steroids like substance twice a day for my asthma. But I've always been take herbal supplement. I always taking supplements. So Herbalife came out, was really big back in my early 20s, and we were at All Star Weekend. We got up to start our day, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna start taking my. I brought my Herbalife supplements with me, and I took my Herbalife supplements. Got dressed, headed to breakfast, got on the highway, and basically my breathing was challenged. It didn't feel like I was having an asthma attack. It felt more like I was starting to suffocate, and I was driving. Um, my friends started to panic. Um, me, I was still calm, but my breathing really slowed down. I think I probably was got to the point I was taking maybe one breath every minute, every 60 seconds or a little longer. And they wanted me to pull over while we were on the highway, headed to down Center City, Philadelphia. And I told them no, because me, back then I was in nursing. So I know every second counts. So what I did was I stayed calm. They were more excited than I was. And so I stayed calm, and I just was taking my breath. I didn't roll the window down. I cracked the window. I didn't want the window, too much wind to take the breath that I was, take what little breath that I had. And I drove. I always wondered, because I traveled a lot as a kid, going back and forth to Atlantic City to see my dad. And I always paid attention to signs on the road, the mile markers, the different color signs. So there was the blue H signs for hospital. Everybody knows that. So I didn't know where they were in Philly, although I went to Philly a couple times at this point in my life. But what I did is I started following those blue H signs, and it led me to the children's hospital. When we got to the children's hospital, I drove to, and at this point my breaths was getting, it was more and more challenging for me to breathe. So I drove damn near in the sliding door where the ambulances come. My car was in the door. My friends jumped out. My cousin and them jumped out. They ran into the hospital, and they told, or whatever they said, because at this point I knew I was safe, and I probably just started really like saying this is real. And all I remember is the nurses and doctors coming out to the hospital pretty much, and me, because I'm asthmatic, I know bras and tight clothes and stuff will restrict my breathing. I start pulling at my clothes just I just almost broke my onesie reenacting it. But I I started pulling at my clothes, so they started taking my clothes off of me. All I remember is them getting me helping me walk inside, and I think a bed came. From that, I totally kind of blacked out. I blacked out, and then all I do remember is when I started coming to, I just heard everything around me. Everything around me was like I just I just heard people around me at some point. I couldn't open my eyes because they had me sedated, and what they had me sedated was with Benadryl. They gave it to me intravenously, so they gave it to me through an IV, and my heart was beating really fast. That was the other thing. My heart was beating really, 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 really fast. So mind you, it was NBA All Star. I was young. I was with my friends. And when I started coming through, I do remember hearing them saying like if I OD'd off or something, like I had an overdose. They pretty much stereotyped me in the children's hospital. They pretty much stereotyped me, right? So my cousin was like, no, she don't use drugs, da, 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 da. She just took some vitamins. So they were like, we need to know what she took. So they got my keys and in the hotel, and they went back to the hotel to get and show them exactly what I took. So they came back, showed them what I take, and mind you, I was still couldn't open my eyes, couldn't talk, couldn't move because I was so sedated. My heart was really, they were concerned about my heart, so they had me hooked up to a heart machine. And my heart still wouldn't stop beating so fast. And they had to give me a procedure, which my friends called me. They called my mom. They called my dad, was living at the time. My dad was in Atlantic City. My mom was in the D.C. area. And they called my mom and my dad. They were freaking the F out, right? So, so what happened was they had to make a decision because they didn't want me going to cardiac arrest. They had to make a decision to give me some type of, I guess it's something for people, I don't know, they said almost how they explained it to me and my family that was there, friends, is that they had to stop my heart or slow it down to reset it. And they did that like 2 or 3 times. And all I hear them saying, you're going to feel really hot. You're going to feel really hot. You're going to feel some kind of sensation. And I felt it. And they had to do that 3 times because my heart was beating that fast. So the 3rd time, it actually reset my heart and my heart slowed down. And Jasmine's right here. Do you remember that time when I was in Philadelphia and I was in the hospital? Because of her allergic reaction from the herbal vitamins. Herbalife, I'm just telling them about that. So anyway, after they stopped my heart, reset my heart the 3rd time. I got that. After they reset my heart the 3rd time, it slowed down, and I guess they slowly started taking me off the Benadryl, and I came back to consciousness, full consciousness, and everybody was updating me on what was happening. And then the doctor came in and they broke down everything that was in that herbal vitamin. It was some type of tree. I'm allergic to a lot of trees and plants and stuff. It was catnip, some type of tree branches. It was all kind of stuff that was in herbal life at that time that I was allergic to. It wasn't all herbal things that we would use on a normal basis, and it almost killed me. Like, that was the closest to death that I have ever been to, even at the terrible accident that me and my kids had. So with that being said, when I went to the doctor, so they wanted me to stay in the hospital. They wanted to do some other procedures. My father and my mom was like, no. They told my family to check me out and to bring me home, and so I could go to my doctor because they just didn't trust doctors. Oh, so the children's hospital, they got me stable, and then the main hospital, the regular hospital, was right next door. So an ambulance had to transport me over there for obviously some other kind of procedure they wanted to do, and we were like, my family was like, no, she's coming home. So I was stable enough for them to bring me home. When I finally went to my doctor and stuff like that, they told me pretty much had to take I couldn't take herbal, just any vitamins. I need to take things, when you have vitamins and everything is compacted into one capsule, you don't know what's in that capsule. So that's when I started taking separate individual supplements. So that's why you see so many different things. So now I know exactly what I'm taking in each vitamin, each supplement. They told me I had to take Geritol. I was like, Geritol? I ain't taking no Geritol. That's for older geriatric patients. So I was like, I need more than just Geritol. So anyway, that's when I started getting into individual supplements and things like that. So, my father was always big on vitamins and stuff like that too. So he would get me echinacea for my asthma, garlic. I mean, he just used to always recommend all these different things. So again, I grew up like this, but and also I grew up with a issue with eliminating. I wasn't the kid who eliminated regularly. My parents took me to the hospital several times because discoloration of my bowel and just me not using the bathroom normally. So I would go even as an adult, we use the bathroom probably once a week, once every 3 days or something like that. So when I had like cellulite, I was always skinny as the adult, but as I had kids and I gained weight, my weight became toxic and I used to have a lot of cellulite. And that's because my body had a lot of toxins in it because I wasn't releasing the way I'm supposed to. So anyway, so this is how I got to having so many different individual supplements. So I'm just going to go over a couple of things that I do take. And I practice what I preach. Trust me. So this is ginger. The lighter ones are ginger. That's turmeric. So I have asthma, as I told you guys. So I do take a powder substance called Advair. Advair twice a day. It's a purple discus kind of type of medication with a powdery steroid in it. So again, that's one of the reasons why I maintain my weight is because of my steroid intake. At one time, I was on prednisone for like 2 or 3 years straight. Prednisone, 10 to 20 milligrams. So, of course, that causes like incontinence and all kind of different things. So, they wean me off of that with the Advair. The little yellow square ones are singular. That kind of keeps me from, it's like a prophylactic to keep me from having asthma attack. The white ones are always called Zizal. That's one of the newer medicines, newer over-the-counter medicines for seasonal allergies. I have to take it year-round, and it helps me maintain my sneezing, runny nose, postnasal drip. Allergic to flowers. I'm allergic to, a lot of people know I had dogs, and why I always had the small dogs with the long hair is because that's the only kind of animals that I could have, and I'm an animal lover. So, anyway, and then I had dogs that I had to get rid of because I was allergic to them. So anyway, those are, the Zizal is for the allergies, singular is to kind of maintain my asthma and reactions and stuff like that. This dark one right here is from, I know you all remember, what is this called, baby? What is this company called? I forgot what this is called. What's that green? Oh, It Works. And I don't take them often. I still have them, yeah. I don't take them that often. But this one right here is to kind of give me energy. It's like, I think that one's called the Thermal Fit. I believe that was what it was called. When I was going to the gym, it kind of helped me with my energy levels, helped me increase my metabolism and stuff like that. The jelly capsules, those are vitamin D. Most of us are vitamin D deficient. So that actually helps me keep my vitamin D levels up, which helps with illnesses, inflammation, and everything. So sometimes I used to have like these little like jumps. Anybody ever had a little jump over the eye with an eye, little nerve jump? Well, sometimes I have that, and it could be because of a deficiency. So these are magnesium. So I only take those when I probably feel like I need them, and it kind of helps balance out certain things. You have to do your own research, of course. This here is elderberry. So those are elderberry capsules, and I take two twice a day. So you take 2 in the morning, 2 in the evening. That's elderberry. It also comes in a liquid form. What else do I have in it? Oh, I have my Benadryl in there because, of course, I have to keep Benadryl with me. Actually, I have to keep Benadryl, the liquid form, too. So if I have a reaction, kids Benadryl, I have to kind of like get the small bottle and drink half of the bottle. And it helps me eliminate my symptoms and stuff like that from an allergic reaction. I have echinacea. I have echinacea in here. I always take echinacea, but when I met Dewan, he just felt like he just needed to keep me pumped up with echinacea, so I have echinacea. These are vitamins that kind of keep you mentally like keep your mind and keep you focused. So those are what those are. I don't take those every day, but if I feel anxious, like some people feel anxious around this time, that's a good vitamin to take. And you can take it at night and go to sleep, and you just feel, but these are all natural vitamins. Sometimes I take milk thistle. I take milk thistle, and milk thistle kind of like with all, and I don't take that often, but milk thistle helps kind of filter out your kidneys, flush your kidneys. So when you're taking a lot of vitamins and medicine, sometimes you got to kind of filter your kidneys to make sure they're still, make sure that they're functioning properly. So that's milk thistle. I also take, sometimes I take this, it's called, I forgot what that one's called, but these are all from It Works, and they all have something to do with kind of like, I'll get the bottles in a few minutes to let you know. I'm just a person, I know what to take because I'm used to it, I guess. These right here, this is my and it's different kinds. Oh wow, I'll show y'all. So this is my these are my probiotics. So that's my probiotic, the light ones. So I have from eating like tomatoes and different things and stuff like that, and I had a diet change when I started dating Dewan. I was like going out and not being conscious of what I eat and the time I ate. So I developed what is it called, Jazz? Oh, acid reflux. So I had to start taking Ziggurate. So a lot of people have like a lot of bloating in their stomach, burping and belching. A lot of times that's from what you're eating. If you're eating a lot of fried food, you're eating late at night, you're eating tomatoes, acidic foods and stuff like that, it can cause you to become bloated. So I take what's called Ziggurate, which I don't have in here, but these Ziggurate and these are the same. So that's like Nexium. All of these are about the same. So those are like acid relief for your stomach. So my stomach was actually really big at one point because it was so bloated. So now my stomach is nice and flat like it used to be. These right here, these are Garcinia pills. And also, no, I didn't put my Garcinia in here. These are Body Complex. So Body Complex has something that you can take to help you kind of digest your food properly and things like that. So I take them before I eat. That also helps when I eat things that I'm not supposed to eat. It helps me digest those things well, so it doesn't bother my stomach. These right here, those are fiber pills. And you can take up to 5 capsules a day of fiber. So those are fibers. And then also you'll see in here are fat burners from It Works, which I don't really take that often, but if I do eat something I'm not supposed to eat, I will take a fat burner. If I have that dessert that I know I'm not supposed to have, I'll take two fat burners prior to eating, or sometimes I forget and I just take them right after I eat, and I drink them with a glass of water, and it kind of helps bust the carbs open so I can just eliminate them. Alright, so that's my box. And again, there's some things that's missing in here, like my Ziggurate, which is a big thing. And I have to make sure I have some. I have to get some if I don't. But I do have Nexium. Ziggurate is the one that I prefer because my doctor told me it's better than even prescription meds. So Zigaret, you could take up to 2 capsules, and it's over the counter. And that's for anyone who has like problems with bloating and things like that. You'll be surprised that it will take your stomach all the way down. Period. Okay, so that's my vitamins. I've always take 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C. Well, I don't always take it, but when I feel like I'm coming down with something, I'll take vitamin C. I also will take Zicam. Some people are against Zicam, but I will take Zicam. NutriBurst is my new best friend. I take this once a day, and I take a capsule full once a day. Gives me energy, makes me feel good. I just love vitamins, and when I don't take my vitamins, I go without my vitamins, I can start feeling different things. I feel aches and pains from driving so much, doing real estate almost 20 years. My driver's toe, I call it a driver's toe, my big toe, it kind of gets stuck. But when I take my vitamin D and I take all my vitamins and things like that, and I'm flushing my system, I don't have problems like that. You know, I'm older, so sometimes my knees will get weak. Even when I'm wearing heels, I could put on some heels right now, stilettos, and I could walk around with no problem. So I just know my vitamins help lubricate my joints and my bones. So this is something I just started taking from, it's called Life. And this is vitamin B, like a vitamin B12 supplement. It helps you with energy and things like that. I was taking a vitamin B12 from Body Complex, which is actually great. But I just didn't, I said, you know what, let me try the one from TLC. So I'm actually trying and see how that works out. Body Complex is good. This is a HCG drop. And if I'm eating something I'm not supposed to have, and I'm going out to have that big dinner or something I'm just not supposed to have, anything, I'll take 10 individual drops of this prior to eating it. And it helps me, again, to digest the food and to increase my metabolism to you know, whatever that does. Burn off the fat. Yep. And of course, I know I have so many of these greens to go, and they're alkaline, balanced, and detoxifying. So I still take my It Works. I have a lot of them. This is just the little box I pulled out. So these are the things that I take on a daily basis. Do I miss a day? Yeah, sometimes I do. And then there's something that I know I can't miss, and I make sure I take those. But for the most part, these are my daily regimen. I hope you guys will do your research to see how it can work for you. And also, just to let you guys know, my daughter just launched her business as a TLC representative. So her mom is a CBD. Oh, how can I forget my CBD? As a matter of fact, now their CBD, we take the CBD tea. Let me get my CBD tea, because I did forget this. So I do take that. And I have the one, I think it was like a green or blue pack. I actually like this one. It tastes good. It tastes good. I just like this one. So, and it's 0 THC. So no worries for you people who are concerned about the levels of THC that can be found in your blood or in your body fluids. But anyway, so I take this every day. I drink it in the morning. This also helps me. Now I go to the bathroom every day, sometimes twice a day, and it feels really good to be able to go to the bathroom with no problem, with ease. So my NutriBurst, my greens to go. But at this time, when I'm sick or the things that's going on in the world, it's good to amp up on your vitamin C. The HCG drops to help you digest your food and to increase your metabolism. Again, vitamin B12, which is essential. A lot of us are deficient on vitamin B12, which I have been all my life. That's another thing that we found as a young kid, that I was low on vitamin B12. My CBD, I love the CBD tincture. I've been taking it. I get it from my spa. But you can get them. Harmony has. Oh, I had some Harmony. Jasmine, did you take all the Harmony drops? What Harmony drops? Bring it here.
No, I left it over there.
No, those are not Harmony drops.
These are only 3 drops over
These are like, this is the vitamin B12. Oh, I use my Harmony drops. So TLC also has a brand of a CBD. It's like a tincture. This is a stronger version. But they have a tincture. A CBD drops too, and it's called Harmony Drops. So those are the things that I take, and I am happy that my daughter is on board. So she just launched her TLC business as a representative. She's going to be a CBD specialist because her mama is a CBD specialist. I've been taking CBD before it became so big, and not just smoking marijuana, but actually the essential form of CBD. So I wish you guys all well. Stay safe, and be proactive. I love you guys. So my daughter will share her website, and I'll share it with you guys so you all can do your research, and make some purchases. Talk to you soon. Bye.